call this meeting to order of the Smith County Emergency District Number 2. Certify we do have a quorum present. Commissioner Domney is absent right now. He may be here later. And at this time, I'll ask Commissioner Biggers to lead us in prayer and pledge of allegiance.
Oh, gracious Father, we thank you for the blessings you continue to bestow upon us. Father, we come asking you to forgive us for our sins, for those of commission and omission. We pray, Father, your blessings upon this meeting, that it might be enlightening and in order, in your order. In Jesus' name we pray, Lord.
Amen.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible.
All right. Recognition of guests and special presentations. I don't know if we have any guests or not. I guess Terrence is the new chief, so we'll recognize him at Jackson Heights. So anyway, so we'll move on to item number 4, which is public comments. Do we have anybody signed up for public comment?
Yes, we do. Thomas Graham has signed up for public comments.
Okay. Tommy, you'll have 3 minutes to speak. All right.
We all know why we're here for today. Also, I'm standing on behalf of the guys that were voted off Jackson Heights Fire Department within 1 day. You know, not understanding why this happened. And then I was the last one to be removed from the department. We like to get back into it, you know, try to get things in the right track, you know, stand up what we're all trying to work for, and just go from there. That's all I gotta say.
Thank you. All right. At this time, we're going to move down the agenda to item number 9 and go into a closed session for just a little bit. So the board will convene in closed session in accordance with the Texas Open Meetings Act, Texas Government Code 551071, 551.072, and 551.074. No action shall be taken while the board is in closed session. Any final action, final decision, or final vote shall be taken after the board reconvenes in open session. Deliberation concerning appointment, employment, evaluation, reassignment of duties and responsibilities of individual ESD officers, commissioners, and employees, Government Code 551.074. Deliberation regarding real property, Government Code 551.072. And 9.3, which is consult with attorney and receive legal advice concerning contemplated legal matters or a settlement offer, Government Code 551.071. And we are in closed session at 1:03. call our open session back to order at 1:32 p.m. And we're going to move to item number 5 on the agenda. Discuss, consider, and take any necessary action on Jackson Heights VFD contract issues.
I make a motion that we authorize the chairman to send a 30-day default letter to Jackson Heights for failure to maintain exemption with the IRS and failure to maintain appropriate personnel.
Okay, have a motion by Commissioner McKeithen. I hear a second. Second by Commissioner Wilson. Any other discussion? If not, all those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed, say nay. Motion carries 4-1 with Commissioner Donnelly absent. Item number 6, discuss and consider and take any necessary action on audit for Jackson Heights Volunteer Fire Department.
I make a motion that we authorize the chairman to order a audit of Jackson Heights.
Okay, have a motion, second by Commissioner Wilson. Any other discussion? If not, all those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed, say nay. Motion carries with Commissioner Donnelly absent. Item number 7, discuss, consider, and take any necessary action on the budgeted purchase of bunker gear for Smith County ESD2 personnel. Kelsey or JD, who's going to speak on that?
I've got this one.
Okay.
Okay, so what you guys have seen is 2 quotes, or basically 2 quotes. One of them is for the purchase of 18 sets of bunker gear, so that's coat, pants, helmet, boots, gloves, all of that. And then one of them is for the rental of 17 sets. So the reason there's a difference between 17 and 18 is the 17 is for the folks that we have budgeted to be coming on board, and the 1 set is for Chief Strickland, who is currently wearing some gear that's not quite adequate. So with that said, we're needing to authorize up to $11,937.80 for the rental of the gear, and then the purchase of the gear would be $59,123.88. It's likely we may not have to rent 17 sets if we are, if we're hiring folks full-time that are already part-time and have gear. We may not need that many, but I want to be prepared to get all of them if we need to. Any questions? On the gear, I don't know if you, that one was in your board packet. I didn't print it.
Okay, sorry.
$11,937.80. Yes. $59,123.88. Okay, so if it takes longer than what they have estimated out, then.
Rental is just for 36 weeks estimate. I ordered gear back in April and still haven't received it because of, everything's back ordered the way, stuff's going these days. But that's just an estimate. If it's sooner, it won't be that much. That's just a safety blanket there just in case.
What if it's longer?
If it's longer, we should be able to work out something with them. But hopefully it's not 36 weeks. I mean, that's almost, a year and a half.
Yeah, I think he's given us the maximum time frame, so that.
I mean, not 36 weeks. What does it say on there?
32.
32. Oh, that's not a year and a half, sorry. I was thinking something else. Yeah. They're about to open a new plant, so hopefully that's going to help. They can't get workers, they can't get stuff. Yeah.
Yes, that's correct, right? Yeah.
And if we have stuff that fits them, in the meantime, that's around about their size and stuff, we're gonna use that first before we rent gear.
But you don't see us exceeding this number?
No.
So is this a two-motion type situation, or do you want it all in one?
I think it's probably gonna take two.
This-
Make a motion to authorize the rental of bunker gear for $11,937.80.
Have a motion and a second to rent the bunker gear for the amount specified. Any other discussion? If not, all those in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed say nay. Motion carries. All right. And then we need to purchase the equipment for the rental.
Yeah, so I make a motion that we purchase bunker gear for new hires at not to exceed $59,123.88.
Have a motion by Commissioner McKeithen. There's a second. Second by Commissioner Wilson to purchase the 18 sets of bunker gear not to exceed $59,128.88. Any other discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed say nay. Motion carries.
I'd like y'all to keep in mind, ARP still has a bunker gear grant that we're working through, so we will be coming back to get more stuff. I think maybe somebody else may have a gear grant too, but this is just for these.
Yes, I do. Okay.
I make a motion that Henry and Peters be retained to perform the audit on Jackson Heights.
Okay, I have a motion by Commissioner McKeithen to have Henry and Peters perform the audit on Jackson Heights, second by Commissioner Wilson. Any other discussion? All those in favor say aye. Any opposed say nay. Motion carries. So, anyway, Bill, would you take care of that? Okay. All right. Item number 8, discuss and consider taking necessary action on the budgeted uniforms for Smith County ESD personnel.
Crotty.
Okay, so what I turned into JD was, as far as uniforms go, is purchasing uniforms for the paid staff, opening up our uniform allowance job store, or uniform store to the paid staff and the allowance. Okay, cool. And purchasing uniforms for battalion chiefs and for some volunteer departments that have turned in some uniform requests. So, one thing that I didn't realize, there's some discrepancies on there based on what I have in the budget and what I'm asked for. Well, we'll just start with the paid staff uniform allowance, and that's where it's at. So if you look through the amounts, it's $250 each for uniforms for the Nomex, the t-shirts for $15 each, ball cap $15, job shirt $78, comes out to $888 a person. And where the discrepancy lies in there was on the ball caps. I've got 15 down when I've actually got budgeted for $1250. And the reason that's done that way is when we started the budgeting process, we were going based on what was available at the time. And now that supply chain issues have hit, Richardson, which is the ball caps we use, has been one of the first ones in the apparel business to say we are not giving time frames, we're not telling people anything, you'll get our product when you get it. So that was what we've been using. So I put down 15 worst case in that there's a flex fit hat that is available that some of our guys have ordered. It's $15, and if we can't get the Richardsons, then that's something that we may have to look at So that's why that's down there as far as that goes. But everything else is a budgeted standard price of what we've already, oh, uniforms. Okay, so we've got $225 on those. At the time when I started this process, working with FR Girls, they were going to be able to go down to $225 on our uniforms. Workrite, the company that we use, got bought out. Workrite had a price increase, so they are not able to do $225. That would cause them to lose money on their end, and I don't know if anybody's in business to lose money. So, but they have guaranteed us the $250 that we were already paying.
Trotty, on a side note, and it may not amount to hill beans, I just ordered 6 dozen hats from So Southern in Jacksonville. They were either $12.50 or $13.50 a hat, but she has a whole building full of them. I don't know if that's worth anything, but you can get those. I got them in 2 weeks.
Yeah, and like I say, that's just worst case scenario.
Sure. I had to do the whole shopping thing, and everybody was, oh, well, we'll get to you in 10 weeks, you know. But she had them, so.
Yeah, usually they're pretty good about it, but I know last time I talked to her last week, they were having some issues getting some stuff in.
Yeah.
And that just happened to be one of the things.
Sitting off the coast of California, I'm sure, on a ship.
I'm sure. But one of the things that they do for us, they keep a lot of the commonly used stuff that we buy in stock. So as long as they can get their hands on it, they have it.
Gotcha.
Like beginning of the year, when we started on the uniform stuff, I kind of gave her a number as far as what we could be expecting. So what they do, they go in, they pre-order it themselves and keep it. They pay for it, they keep it there. Then when we order it, it's already there in stock. And I told her, like, hey, you know, that's not something that you have to do. She's like, don't worry, if I don't sell it to y'all, somebody else is going to buy it.
Right.
So they've actually been working with us pretty good on that. So the amount asked for is not to exceed $16,200, and that's per President Brown. We were talking the other day. It's what he said to go in for. And that takes care of any kind of overruns or something that may occur unexpectedly. Oh, okay. I did not need that. Okay. So any questions on that part? And that was based on 17, was it? Okay, so that's based on 17, and some of those 17 could come from current part-time employees that we have. So there may not be, I can't guarantee that we're going to have to actually order that many uniforms. Yeah. Yeah, because until we know for sure who all gets hired, then that's when I'll know for sure how many uniforms I have to order. Because if it's our current part-timers, they already have 2. So it'll just be a matter of ordering them 1 more. And anybody else we bring on new would have to be 3.
So you're asking for money not to exceed the $15,984?
Not to exceed the 16.2.
Oh,
Is that just for that one part?
Yeah, that's that one part.
Okay.
We're probably gonna need the loan, but we can do it in 3 parts.
Well, JD's, he's got a total down here of it all. So
That's for everything that's in those lists right there, the total
it
amount.
was 58,967.
58 for, I'm sorry. So we'll just make it in one motion. Yeah. Okay. All right.
All right, y'all ready to move on to the next one?
We'll just do all of
Okay. All right, so the next one is the paid staff uniform allowance. So when we went to the NOMEX last year, kind of went into it with the idea that anything we did from that point forward for employees would be a maintenance type scenario. And I opted to put together this uniform store, which is what we use in Longview. So the city gives us a preset amount of money. Every year we go on to whoever our vendor is that they've chosen for the year. We're able to spend up to that much that they pay for, and then anything over that comes out of our pockets. So what I've got broken down here is between full-time employees and part-time employees. And I'll have to explain how I come up with the totals on there. So you can read through the rest of it up at the top, but just down there at the bottom where it shows your totals, $450 for each full-time employee for $27,000 total, and $300 for each part-time employee for $12,300 total. So the way that's broken down is they would receive $200 to buy job shirts, t-shirts, ball caps, those types of things. And then there's another $250 there that would cover the cost of a uniform or a pair of boots. The reason that's in there is that as people have uniforms and stuff that are tore up during the course of duty throughout the year, we can use that to buy a replacement for them. Because I've already had a couple of people that have had uniforms that have gotten ripped or torn or burnt some way or another while they're on calls. And also you start dealing with some contamination issues, whether it be dealing with something with the patient or fluids, oils, paints, those types of things, which tend to happen. So, no. It's given to them as an allowance. They'll be able to go to FR Girls with their own individual accounts and order, but it will also be set up to where if they spend $202, then until they provide that extra $2, their order's not getting placed. If they spend $199, they better find out somebody to spend $1, because it's right there, and it will be a set time frame that they have to order. So it's not going to be like they're going to have all year to spend their money, because Bill would kill me for the accounting side of it. So we'll try to do it, leave the store open for a couple of months, so that way it gives everybody time to do it. And on the part-time side, it's set up the same way, except the dollar amounts are different. The part-time guys will have $200 for the store, and then they would have $100 for the boot allowance or uniform allowance, whichever they saw fit. And the reason I only did $100 on theirs is because they're not wearing the uniforms as much as the full-time guys are, so there's less chance of them needing to replace a uniform.
What is, just for comparison, what is long use annual? Is it 450?
It's 400.
400?
Yeah, most everybody's going to be anywhere between 4 and 5, just based on what uniforms and everything cost. And the store's budgeted for 200. The store itself. And the allowance is budgeted for 250. Or not the allowance, the boot or uniform replacement is budgeted for 250. Yes. Yeah, both of those are in there. All right, and if you see down there, those totals don't include admin, office staff, and IT staff. I do something different with them as far as trying to keep track of and accounting on that, just because they're not ordering near the volume of stuff and not at the frequency. So I tend to handle those individually myself. All right, so anything on that one? All right, so next up is the battalion chief uniforms. So after talking with Chief Smith, we've gone through and trimmed down a good bit of it. Got our total down to $23.49, and that's with badges, nameplates, collar brass for everybody. And that is using stuff that we have that people have turned in, and like Chief Murillo and Chief Fairchild taking their current uniforms and just having their stuff modified. Okay, the last thing there is the volunteer uniforms. So I've got Flint Gresham, Bullard, and Troop that have submitted uniform requests, and their total combined is $1334.
That takes care of all these
That's what I've received requests on. So on yours, we had an issue with, and that's one that we'll have to get with you on. We had an issue with some stuff on it, but me and Chief Smith will have to get with you on that one. Yeah, well, with COVID hit, and we haven't had a chance to get with you on it, so. But that's it.
I do want to follow up on that here later. I'll make a motion then that we approve the uniform purchase for not to exceed $58,967.
Have a motion by Commissioner McKeithen to purchase the uniforms for everybody not to exceed $58,967, and second by Commissioner Biggers. Any other discussion? If not, all those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed, say nay. Motion carries, and at this time, I'll also say that Commissioner Domney has just now joined us, so he will be added to the think we've already covered the closed session. Chief Thompson, I would ask that you would speak with Mr. Coker and Chief Smith before you leave, and they'll let you know what all is going on. And, at this time, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn. So moved. Second by Sharp. We are adjourned at whatever time it is, 1:52.